Great Ace Attorney Chronicles! Crikey! Here we go! You finished this yesterday? Yo, that's awesome. I think I'm not even that far into this game. This is like the third case, and there's like 6, 7, 8, I don't know. Okay, let's go. Trial part 3. Ready to voice act. The Old Bailey. Defendant's antechamber. What on earth just happened in there? Mr. Johnson, I've managed to find out what happened. Miss Susato. I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that releases smoke. A smoke grenade? It sounds like the sort of things that ninjas use. They're just making sure everything's safe now. I think the trial will start again before long. I forgot we got smoke bombed. At the end of... Hold on. Hold on. I totally forgot that happened. We're hurried, but... Yes, okay. Amid scenes of chaos, people stumbled over one another in desperation to flee the chamber. The trial was suspended. Okay. Oh, yeah, they were trying to steal the omnibus or whatever, right? Hold on. Secure the omnibus. Oh, yes. Mr. McGilded was like, there's a child. There was another person. It was a little girl or something, right? Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, I never saw her. Yeah, there we go. Okay, here's what happened last time. Mr. McGilded came up on the stand and he was like, there was a young child, a young girl on the omnibus that no one else saw. And then he was like, I wouldn't be surprised if she's in here in the courtroom as we speak. And then there was a smoke bomb, and then they were like, secure the omnibus, and everyone had to get evacuated. That's what happened. Okay. Got it. They're just making sure everything's safe now. I think the trial will start again before long. But who would have done something like that? The police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently. Flee the courtroom? Why? Well, it's a young girl of around 15, I hear. A young girl? Then could it be? The other passenger that Mr. McGilded was just talking about? My thoughts exactly. So he wasn't lying. Oh, what's become of Mr. McGilded, actually? There's so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here. I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions. Along with the young girl. Who is she, I wonder? And what was she even doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk, and for what possible benefit to herself? There's another matter that's troubling me. What's that? The 20 pence. Hmm? Oh, the fact that the driver collected 20 pence and there... Yeah, okay. Just recapping everything. Thank you, Susato, for the recap. According to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. And now it seems there were in fact 5 passengers, which means the figures don't seem to add up again. She's right. That is strange. I wouldn't mind if they made more great aces. Yeah, me too, actually. Like, I mean, I'm not that far into this, and this is the first time I'm playing it, but, like, I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this a lot. It's nice and refreshing compared to, like, the rest of the series, which is so, like... I mean, it's been done over and over and over. I really like some of the mechanics they've added for this game. Susano's a great assistant, nearly as good as Widget, right? Widget rules. I love Widget. Counsel for the defense, kindly proceed into the courtroom. A trial will recommence in 5 minutes. I was trying to read that as reconvene. Oh, thank you, officer. We'll go in straight away. Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's gonna say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial. We'll know soon enough, Miss Susato. Yes! I mean, the thing is, Widget never, judo throwed people, though. So... Widget physically can't judo throw people. Susato takedown. That's what she was calling it. That's what she was calling it. Yeah, we need to make an Ace Attorney tier list when we're done with the series. I would actually love to do that. There's the young girl next to Mr. McGilded. Look. She must have been the one who caused the disturbance before. Well, after that rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGilded. Now then, Lord Van Zeeks. I gotta finish the VODs from the first few games. I fucked up, apparently, and missed a few VODs. I mean, I'm very good at not doing that now, but I know that Uchi was trying to watch through them, and he's like, yeah, you missed the end of this trial, and I was like, fuck. Yep. I tried to get them all, but apparently I missed a few. There's also one where I got really drunk and just started talking about anime. And I think I never exported the rest of that trial as well. So you have that to look forward to, I guess. Like, it's literally, like, an hour long. Like, I ended up, like, I think I went out or something, because I used to stream that at night. So I went out on, like, a Thursday night or something and drank a bunch, and then I came back and I'm like, I can stream Ace Attorney. And it just ended up being a shit show. So that's in there somewhere on my YouTube channel. My lord. I believe you have established the cause of the smoke which veiled proceedings earlier? It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, of the sort typically employed by the army. Good gracious, the army? What in the devil's name? It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery, but she was caught. And now occupies the stand. Your name, girl? Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such pandemonium here in my courtroom? What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior? If I may, my lord? Yes, Mr. McGilded? I think perhaps I ought to explain here. Why is it that this wee lass here was in... why it is that this wee lass was here in the first place, and why she tried to bolt like that. 'Tis all tied up with the events of that night, so it is. Is that Linkle? I mean, she hasn't introduced herself yet, so it could be. Very well be. Could very well be Linkle. Very well, Mr. McGilded. Give your testimony. You will explain to the court how exactly this young woman is involved in the case. Just what did happen that night? God, this is my favorite. This is my favorite Hamburger Johnson expression. He's just like a fucking deer caught in headlights, and it fucking rules. It's between this and the one where he slaps his face. It's so good. It's not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything. Plumberry Muffin! Hey! Hey, hey! I see that you got your PS5. How was Bloodborne? How was Bloodborne? Sorry, I'm... No, you didn't. I wonder, Plum, I a way for me to disable alerts specifically for your raids? I wonder if there's a way to do that. That way you won't get the attention that you don't want. Hey there, Romeo. Hey, Night Maven. Welcome in. I hope you're all doing great. We're playing, the Great Ace Attorney. This is Hamburger Johnson right here. I'm doing some voice acting. It's story time. We're learning about what's going on in this case, and, it's good. It's good. I hope, okay, well, if you weren't streaming, you were playing Bloodborne, though. How was Bloodborne? How was it to play Bloodborne again? I know you were looking forward to that. 'Cause that is a great game. Bloodborne is my favorite Souls game. Like, hands down. Okay. It's not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything. Witness testimony. The young girl. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then, what the fuck is that word? Begorra! Crikey! A loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. Wait, what are you calling him? Father Gaviscone. Gascoigne's such a weird name. Gaviscone. Almost. You'll get it next time, Plum. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at me feet, so I sat him up on the seat across from me. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul! What did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. I remain somewhat baffled, I confess, but from what I gather on the night in question, this young girl was indeed riding in the omnibus, is that correct? 'Tis exactly as the defense counsel said. This lass was the 5th passenger, my lord. That's totally Linkle. I don't know. 100%. Very well. The defense may now cross-examine the witnesses. Witnesses? That said witnesses, yeah. Are you ready, counsel? Yes, my lord. Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start. This is also a very good expression that Hamburger Johnson has on his face right now. Oops, Windows. Definitely not taking a screenshot of this very good expression. That's definitely not what that sound was. Okay. Young girl. Okay, on the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off.
Hold it!
Hold it, sir. And when you first got onto the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board? There were not. The cabin was empty, and there was no one aboard the roof deck either. You were the first passenger, as it were. I see. Oh, is this gonna turn into a fucking math problem? If he was the first passenger, who was the second passenger? And then what, the third passenger, when did they come on? And if there's 1 and 2 passengers, how many passengers were there? Aye, and that's why I took the back side as I did. 'Tis the most comfortable, so it is. Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat? By all means, 'tis how you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite the one in which the poor gentleman who was stabbed was sitting. You can't make exclusive alerts? Okay, damn. Shoot, that would have been great Because, like, actually I could have done, like, a separate alert just for you. I'm gonna look into that. Is that with Streamlabs? That you look that up? Because I have ideas. Like I said, 'tis the most comfortable where I feel most at ease. And of course I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well. Maybe not Dracula, but I do have a lot of things to choose from, Plum. It's a lot of things I could choose from. Then, what the fuck does this? I need to look this up. Vegara. Oh, it means by God. Oh, okay. Bum, 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 bum. Then, by God, a loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start.
Hold it!
A loud thud, you say? And a scream? Aye, that's right. How can I explain it? 'Twas like the sound of someone falling to the ground. That sort of noise. So you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor having been stabbed? Well now, you'll remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. And when the sound woke me and I opened my eyes, there wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage but the fellow on the floor. You didn't see anyone. But at the same moment you did hear a scream? Ah, from the seats above you on the roof deck, I presume? Not above me, no, my lord. 'Twas from inside the cabin. But I wasn't altogether tinkin' about the scream. No, I was too stunned by the desperate sight before me eyes. There was a fellow collapsed on the floor at me feet, so I sat him up on the seat across from me.
Hold it!
You sat him up? The victim, you mean? You shouldn't fucking touch a crime scene, dude. That's why everyone suspects you. Oh. That I did, on the seat across from me, as I said. I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. And you wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you? Yeah, okay. 'Tis common courtesy, so it is. I find that a little hard to believe. Ah! Lord Van Zeeks, now why would that be? You wake up to find a man lying dead at your feet in a carriage. Any normal person would hail the cabman. Any upstanding member of London society, that is. Well now, as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business. The business of lending money? Oh wait, hold on. 'Tis sabotage of the crime scene too, yeah, right? Don't do that! Don't fucking touch the crime scene! The business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest? Unfortunately, my lord, not everybody is thankful for the help I offer them, and some would even see me dead. So I do try, where at all possible, to avoid getting myself in a tangle with trouble. Are you suggesting you were just gonna leave the man there? Heavens alive, no! I was always intending to report it, so I was. Only, I had a mind to find out the whys and wherefores first. The whys and wherefores? Right you are. There were some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got to meddling. That wee scream I heard, for example. Wouldn't your good self do just the same? Yeah. The scream he says he heard at the same time as the thud of the victim collapsing. Yeah, he's gonna meddle first. I mean, He is in kind of a weird situation where he is a shady dude to begin with. But he just made himself look more guilty. He made my job harder. I have to defend this guy. Come on. Come on. Had to investigate his wallet first. Well, he says that it's because there was also a child screaming at the same time. Also, hey there, Urek. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from. And bless my soul, what did I find? Yeah, this is my client. Here, welcome to England. Please defend this guy that no one else will take as a client. Also, if you lose, he gets the death penalty. Also, if you don't defend him, he'll probably get the death penalty anyway. What a fucking situation for Hamburger Johnson to be in. Also, Hamburger Johnson isn't actually a lawyer. Yeah, there's that too. He just studied law on a boat for 2 months. Yeah, no pressure at all. Wonder if that's an actual option. You know, it is that has happened in a previous case. I mean, it did turn around because, you know, it's a turnabout. It's an Ace Attorney game. But you know what? They've done some really interesting things so far with this game. I wouldn't be surprised if that could happen. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim. So I did, sir. So I did. As far as I could see, that is. What do you mean by that? Well now, 'tis a queer thing. The wee scream I heard as I woke up. It came from, if you'll excuse the vulgar expression, under me backside. Under me backside? Good gracious. Under your backside? And when I lifted the seat on which I'd been sitting, I found there was a wee cubbyhole there for storage. Mr. Johnson, we can examine the omnibus ourselves, remember? Yes, of course. The whole bus was submitted as evidence. This would be a very good time to have a thorough look around inside. Okay. Yeah, so what was this called? The Phoenix Wright Omnibus? Yeah. I'm upset that they don't make any reference to this when I look at it. Like, there's no dialogue regarding it. I feel like that's a missed opportunity. I would recommend he stop asking his clients about other laws that he broke besides the murder. Right? Okay, so it was opposite, right? So it is right here. So there is a thing here. I wonder if there's an any % run where you just failed all your cases. You end up getting game over. Like, you can get game over pretty quickly, I think. Actually, no, I don't know. I don't know. See, it looks reasonably soft, but it's actually rather hard when you sit on it. And only just wide enough for 2 gentlemen to sit side by side, really. Of course, an English gentlewoman would be dressed in such finery. It would be quite impossible for her to climb up into the roof deck, so she would have to be seated in here. Oh, we've read this dialogue already. Okay. How do I open this up? Is it, like, here? Isn't that what I just looked at? Oh. The seat has a handle, it seems. Oh, there we go. I fucking missed this on my first investigation through here, by the way. This is a storage compartment, but there's nothing in here. It's totally empty. Something doesn't seem right here, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Okay. Okay, now we found it. Cool. And that's when I found her. Think Linkle could hide in there? I think so. I think Linkle is small enough to hide in there. Yep. There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. You say she was hiding herself? Aye, that's right. 'Twas hard to see in the dim lamplight, but she was all curled up in a wee ball. When our eyes met, well, me heart nearly stopped beating in me chest. You're really overacting this. Still in all, I pulled her out from under there, and sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chinwag with her. The seat opposite? So, like, where? Beside the dead body? And that's right, just next to the dead gentleman there! Oh my god! You sat this young girl next to a corpse, sir? Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. So I needed to find out just who this urchin was, you see. And while I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream. A fella's voice this time. Presumably that scream was Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck seats. Right you are again, I would say, sir. Looking down through the skylight, he must have seen this young girl and the gentleman with the knife in his belly. In other words, the previous witness did not, in fact, see you at all, Mr. McGilded. What they believed to be yourself and the victim was in fact this girl and the late Mr. Mason? Aye, my lord. I was, as I think everyone understands now, sat at the back of the carriage out of sight. I mean, that's a good... I mean, it's a good thing he didn't sit across from her on the dead guy's side, I guess. It is certainly plausible. The defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature, and readily confused perhaps with this young girl. After that, of course, with the scream from the gentleman over us, the driver realized something was wrong and pulled up the horses. Horses are dumb. Thank you, I've heard enough. The events as explained are clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who is the girl? Her name is Gina Lestrade? Gina Lestrade? What pun is that? I'll think on it. Lestrade? I don't know if it's Lestrade or Lestrade. Okay. Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer, earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. Lestrade, okay, cool, thank you. What? This girl here, a petty thief? Order! Order! Is this true, Miss Lestrade? Detective in Sherlock Holmes. Okay, another reference. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you. Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question. Oh, fuck! Dang! Ah! How dare you! What is the meaning of this? This is main contact at Scotland Yard. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Ah! The girl! She's gone! Open your eyes! I'm over here! Good gracious, how? What was the point in that little sidestep? To show off the animation team's work, that's what. I know what you lot are thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. This dirty little dipper, you'll say, slipped up and got caught on the job. She got herself backed into a corner, so she knifed the gent. Go on! That's what's in your heads, ain't it? No, not at all. This is a court of law. We're here to determine the truth, not cast... Look, knives are for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need is what I do with these fingers. I'm a professional, all right? Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do. Let me guess. You don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs. Oh, this? Yeah, this was in a bag I lifted the other day, down where they keep the four-wheeled drags. It's nice, isn't it? I like the pink best. Ah, do not wave that thing in my direction again. Oh, he's back on the wine. He's back on the... So, you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question? Yeah, is that me? I don't know, this is guns territory, right? Once a Dracula, always a Dracula. Hey there, Winter, welcome in. 'Tis all right, lass. You can tell them the truth now. All right, yeah. It's just like the Irishman said. The court accepts this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, we will now hear your testimony, if you please. You will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus on the night in question. All right, if I have to. Okay, we should take a quick break because it's been an hour. So I'm gonna be right back, everyone. And then we're gonna cross-examine this witness with the very cool gun. Please go hydrate. Self-care. I'll be right back. Hello. I've returned. Let's question this girl that has a smoke gun that's kind of rad. Okay. So I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses just like always. But it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. I'll tell ya, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. Then after a while, I hear this loud bang. Nearly jumped out of me skin, I did. And the scream just came out. It's because of that this swell found me. He did help me get away, mind. Yes, he let you go. I fail to understand why you would let this street urchin go, Mr. McGilded. Oh, 'tis simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact. Okay, you just fucking incriminated yourself again, dude. A novice, a Dracula, a Mad Hatter, and a tomboy and a Santa Claus walked into a courtroom. The assistant used the door. A Dracula? Oh wait, is the judge the Santa Claus? Great, great. Or sorry, wait, the judge. Yes, the judge. What did I just say? Whatever. Judge is the Santa Claus. Yes, I can see that. How? As I'm sure I said before, sir. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself. I think a demonstration is called for. This is where I was sat that night. And the cubbyhole of which you have spoken is underneath this seat, I presume? Yes, it does appear just large enough to accommodate someone of that girl's stature. Yeah, this is the thing I didn't inspect last stream. And I didn't want to go back and check it. Aye, but of course, the wee lass was stuck in there. Because I had parked myself on the seat for the duration. Ah. So you see, that's why I let the lass bolt. I knew that if the police found her there, they'd automatically assume she'd done it. But I couldn't live with myself if a young life was ruined when all the time I knew she was innocent. Even though you must have realized your action would result in your own innocence being called into question? Not at all, my lord, not at all. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. So I thought it was worth taking a punt on my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate lass. My goodness. What a perfect gentleman. My lord. This fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. First try, bitches. I'm ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir. Forgot about these goofy jurors. Yeah, right? Such a weird system. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Hell yeah. Saints alive! All 6 members of the jury consensual in their leaning to blah, 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 blah. Words. All 6 members of the jury consensual in their leaning to a verdict of not guilty? Yeah, how's Van Zeek's gonna fuck this up? There he is fucking sitting there, like, stirring his wine, swishing his wine in his fucking glass. The type is a Vulcan in disguise. Very good. Hell yeah, thank you, Indy. Mr. Johnson, this, well, it must mean what? Sorry, it must mean what? Una's heinous. Very good, very good. That we're victorious. We've won? Are you sure?
Objection!
Yeah, no, of course, he's not gonna fucking stand for that. What?! What?! What is this animation?! Are you serious?! If the sight of my iron-heeled Wellington offends, pray do not forgive the discourtesy. Casual leg stretches, right? This really is a consummate example of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices, where evidence and reasoning should be paramount. Emotion rules the day. Yeah, right? Emotion? The witness's latest statement gives us a clear insight into his true nature. What do you mean, his true nature? Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by the officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witness put it, was included in their investigation. The compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. It's noted in black and white here on the police report. Good lord. The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGilded's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. What? Oh no!
Wintermute. Is that a lesser scroll or an elder scroll?
Right? Order! Order! Hold on. I gotta take a phone call. Give me a second. I'm getting a phone call. Okay, so apparently the evidence was tampered with. So there was stuff under the seat. How could such a devious Contravents possibly have been affected, Council. It's such a shame this didn't happen on a day when you were dressed as Garf, right?
Contrivance.
Contrivance, thank you. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a word that I know. Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of the constabulary in allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. Constabulary, thank you. I can't... There's so many fucking words that I don't know how to fucking read out loud. This guy, yeah. This fucking racist vampire here. Well, my Nipponese friend. Me? When the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail, as would any self-respecting practitioner of the law. Pray, what did you find the condition of the underseat compartment to be? I didn't examine it.
Wintermute.
I didn't examine it before.
The heinous vampire's eloquent vocabulary that outpaces crimes.
Oh, to be sure. The young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy. Sorry? You know what? I bet... Okay.
Wintermute. He's such a heinous Dracula.
I bet that we couldn't examine it before. I don't think that's my fault that I didn't examine it. I think that you could not actually examine that part before. I guess we're gonna find out. Go ahead, you tell the court now, fella. How this is all an elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Van Zeeks. Well, counsel, do you have something to say on this matter? How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of that little compartment under the seat in the omnibus? Fuck. 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 He's gonna lose a juror? Probably. Hey there, Coconut, welcome in! Happy Tuesday! I feel like all of these are gonna be bad. It's the same as the low fuel warning noise in my car. Oh, interesting. Huh. I wonder if the car took this noise from the game. That noise has been, like, the thing since, like, the beginning. Very interesting. Anyway, welcome in. I didn't look. Sorry, I'm a failure. I didn't look. Why didn't I examine the omnibus more thoroughly? Perhaps I credited you with too much intelligence. It seems, my lord, that this Eastern initiate is as unreliable as wine from the barrel. Mr. Johnson! Well now, it would seem the argument is moot. And the truth of the matter is there for yous all to see after all. And that their cubbyhole under the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is. How's the stream? How's your day been? Pretty good. I literally actually just, I had to go on BRB for like 10 minutes because my building was like, we need to get access to your unit immediately. And I was like, what the fuck? But otherwise, I've been good. I've been pretty good. Why? Why do I feel like something's not right here? Do you think the cops lied? They probably lied. I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think. Yeah, they needed access to my unit. They came in and they're like, I need to turn on all your taps. I was like, okay. I think they're trying to fix the hot water or something. I think there's something up with the hot water. It didn't take that long, though. I was worried it was gonna be like, we need access, and then they're gonna need to be here for like an hour, and I was like, I'm fucking streaming, what am I supposed to do? But it was okay, it wasn't that bad. Well, that compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain the smooth running of the carriage. You need to turn on your tabs. Yeah, definitely. The guild's rules state that the omnibuses should be properly and fully equipped at all times, so it certainly would have been empty on the night in question. Beppo isn't that irresponsible. Sorry, wouldn't have been empty. That money-lending fleecer and the pick purse are lying. Yeah, great, okay. Knew that was gonna happen. Ah. No, not this guy! No, not this guy! I can't believe I was nearly taken in. The stinking rich are always stinkers. Nothing but cowards, the lot of them. What? Oh no. It's a trick. Of course it's a trick. We're gonna lose all the jurors? Thanks, Van Zeeks. Thanks, Dracula Man. Quite so. I must concur here. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Yes, but every time a different truth, it seems. This bitch. My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate. Thank you, counsel. But before we proceed any further, there is the matter of the outstanding cross-examination. Counsel for the defense, begin your questioning of the witness, please. Yes, my lord. What just happened? The whole balance of the trial just shifted almost beyond recognition. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem. Hate that guy. So I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just as always. So you were already in the omnibus before it even set off on its run? Well, yeah, I mean, what's the point of spending a Joey to make a few bob, eh? That's a rum idea, isn't it? I suppose she means there's no point spending money to make money. It actually makes sense. Counsel, may I remind you that this girl is a petty thief? Kindly refrain from entertaining her tenants. I'm low on gas. No! Well, that does clear up the little mystery of the fares and all. 4 paying passengers at 5 pence apiece, making the 20 to which the cabmen testified. And 1 little scapegrace riding for free. Scapegrace. The red conch of a driver always goes for some grub before his last run, see? So that's when I slip into the carriage and get myself hidden under the seat. Nice and easy, right? But your hiding place is a storage compartment. Full of equipment for the coach, no? Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. I always chuck all that out and cram it in a corner somewhere. No one ever seems to bother much. And yet, according to the report filed by the police officer who first arrived at the scene, the compartment was full of such paraphernalia. Well, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all that stuff out so I could hide under the seat. That's all I can tell you. Who done it? Okay, there's a poll up, everyone. Fucking goddamn it. Linkle, McGoldrick because ring pop, Juror with the knife because knife, Dracula because sexy stretches, or someone else. Please place your votes. It seems we've reached the line of inquiry. Continue. But it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night.
Hold it!
A waste of time? Why is that? Well, most nights I'm on me own in the God permit at least some of the time. I beg your pardon? Did you say God permit? Oh yeah, well, that's what my kind call it. You say the omnibus, I suppose. The point is, any normal run in the carriage ain't got no one in it for a while. And that's when you come out of your hiding place and get away? That's it, only that night. The Irish horse breeder. Yeah, if I learned anything about Ireland from Extra Life, it's that horses are literally everywhere, and... Horse facts, horse facts. This cove was sat on me seat from the start, and he didn't budge the whole way, did he? Not 1 inch! I was totally stuck! Do you mean to tell us that you were present in the carriage for the duration? You were under the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the enclosed cabin? Yeah!
Went
Right, mister?
Back to the horses. 51 and all.
To be sure, to be sure. I was as shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've been set on and find a child now, do you? So this Miss Lestrade couldn't possibly be the culprit then. I tell ya, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there.
Hold it!
So you couldn't see out into the cabin at all? Not a jot. Most days I just push the cushion up with me head and look out the crack. Horses have a nearly 360-degree field of vision. What? How do they have that and they're still so dumb? They see too much. Then I can't have a butcher's at who I'm gonna fiddle. Then I can have a butcher's at who I'm... What? Is this... Oh, who she's gonna steal from. Got it. Okay. Then I can have a butcher's at who I'm gonna fiddle. I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can have a look. The seat I get under ain't as plush as the other one, see? So most of the time, the passengers plant themselves opposite. But for some reason that night, this here Irishman spent the whole journey right over me head. And for that reason, you weren't able to push the cushion up to peek out. I see. Have a butcher's equals look. Okay, butcher's hook rhymes with look. It's Cockney rhyming slang. Okay, got it. Truth is, I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feels too much like being thrown in the clink. But it's the only place to hide in the carriages, so it's Obson's choice. Obson's choice? Why doesn't she just stick to picking people's pockets in the open then? I'd say there's some reason she's not letting on, judging from her demeanor. So anyway, I was a bit scared, but I had to just stick it out under there. Nothing else for it. Then after a while, I hear this loud bang. Nearly jumped out of me skin, I did. And the scream just came out.
Hold it!
When you say a loud bang, do you mean the noise of someone falling to the floor? Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. Point is, it made me jump. And you let out a scream involuntarily? That's right. And then I felt the cushion over me head get lighter all of a sudden. Presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes. Okay, well this also proves that she couldn't, or that it wasn't... Because he didn't get up off the seat. If he didn't get up off the seat, she couldn't look up, so he only got off the seat after the loud bang happened. Anyway, presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes? I mean, that is if either of them were telling the truth to begin with. Or not. It could equally have been the movement that the accused stood in order to stab the victim, could it not? Or sorry, the moment the accused stood in order to stab the victim. Well, girl, did you see what happened at that crucial moment? Yeah, I saw it. I pushed up the cushion And, quick butchers, well, I had the chance, didn't I? The Irishman was sitting up, the bloke and... fucking wow, okay. The Irishman was sitting up the bloke what had fallen on the floor, the seat opposite. That matches Mr. McGilded's account, of course. But then, the fella suddenly turns around and looks right at me! I sunk back down again, but it was too late by then. I should never have risked looking. It's because of that the swell found me. He did help me get away, mind.
Hold it!
And then Mr. McGilded discovered you. He pulled you out from your hiding place. I was scared stiff. He dragged me out and sat me down on the seat and all. Next to the victim, Mr. Mason? Yeah, the bloke had a knife in his guts. He was still bleeding. And then the carriage lurched a bit and he ended up falling onto me. Ugh, how awful. Both me hands got covered in blood. Oh, both me hands. Both me hands got covered in blood. Made me feel sick as a dog. Both her hands covered in blood. That must be what the rooftop passengers saw. After that, I believe you talked with Mr. McGilded for a while. Is that correct? He asked me some stuff. Wanted to know me name and what I was up to and that. Then I heard something from above. Someone screamed. Yes, Mr. First on the roof deck, one would presume. Well, I didn't want no one seeing me face, so I didn't look up. Then the horses were drawing up smartish, and here Irishman says to me, get back under the seat. I'll see that you can get away later. All 6 members of the jury had decided the defendant was innocent. For one brief shining moment, yeah. It's clear that they're all still very unsure. If we could just find some conclusive piece of evidence among this new testimony, I'm sure we would clinch the verdict we want. Yeah, I think you're right, and I have this niggling feeling. Something's bothering me, and I just can't quite put my finger on it. So this is the same dialogue. Okay. Nope, hold on. Oh, I should have hit back instead of going back forward. Okay, hold on. Do you know you can tell how old a horse is by looking at the teeth? You can also be looking at the horse breeder. Well, you also ask how the horse is. Wait, is that true? About the horse teeth thing? Hold on. I don't feel like I have evidence for any of this. Huh. I'm just trying to figure out if there's an inconsistency in what she's saying. I also wonder if I should be... I wasn't sure if I was looking at Mr. McGilded when she was talking and when I was pressing her, and I'm wondering if he did something.
Hold it!
So you couldn't see out into the cabin at all. Not yet. spent the whole night over my head. Well, he was sleeping, right? You weren't able to push the cushion up to speak out. I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feel too much like being thrown. Oh, there.
No.
Did I miss that last time? Did he do that last time? Okay, hold on. Yo, what's up with this?
Excuse me.
Excuse me, sir. Why are you laughing at that? Is something wrong, Mr. McGilded? Oh, I do apologize. Was there something the matter, Counsel? I'm just wondering if Miss Lestrade's last comment made something occur to you, perhaps? You seem to be thinking something to yourself. Oh, no. 'Twas nothing important. I was feeling bad for the poor lass is all. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad, shut up in the dark. 'Twas terrifying, so it was. I see. Yes, I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm still scared of the dark now. Oh no! Hamburger! No, it's where. No, for anyone who didn't catch the first case, Baby Burger, yeah! Hamburger's baby. And it was the second case. In the second case, he had to hide in a closet, and while he was in there, his best friend got killed. Oh. Burger had a baby. No, we're calling the defense Hamburger Johnson. He's just a baby. I hope you're doing well today. Hey there, Vamp. I don't know about yourself, but I find that the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem that much more louder as well. Yeah, I suppose it does, maybe. Miss Lestrade? Did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps? He's so baby! Look at him, he's so baby! Thank you so much for the bits. Astro's Playroom's really good, Plum. I really like it. Like, as a tech demo, it's great. Okay. Yeah, an unusual noise, perhaps? No? Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Bejabbers. That's bejabbers! There's no need to tell the whole world of me foibles, ye little scamp. What a pity. If only Miss Lestrade has heard something, it might have given us a new vital clue. Yeah. What should we make of that last statement of hers? The fact that she didn't hear anything, I feel like it's important, right? Like, why did she not hear anything? My lord! I believe the statement just made by the witness is profoundly important. Profoundly important? But all she said was that she heard nothing. Yes, which is the profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it. I'm almost sure that I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern Mind, Council. Nevertheless. Fucking racist-ass court. Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your formal testimony by repeating that last statement, please. What? Supplement? What are you on about? Don't give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do. Well, it won't work on me. That's right. Insult the judge. Always a good move. Yes, this game rules. This series is so good. I was straining my ears to work out what was going on, but all I could hear was snoring. I feel like I should press this.
Hold it!
So you were straining to hear what was happening the entire time, since the moment you hid yourself? Sega! Not exactly, no. Sorry? Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and have a butcher's look to see... No, have a butcher's, sorry. Have a butcher's to see what was what. But then when I saw this swell getting on, I got me head down so he didn't notice me. And Mr. McGilded sat on the seat under which you were hiding, correct? Yeah! Would you Adam and Eve it, eh? What a mug. So then all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out of there as soon as I heard him leave, see? But would he? Not likely. Even though we stopped here and there, I never heard the door open. So I just had to stay put and listen to I'm driving his pigs to market, snoring like an old dog he was. It's a very good expression. Adam and Eve is believed. Thank you, Coconut. I actually super appreciate this. I am definitely not familiar with this slang at all. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, we have a squeeze to do. I missed that. Give me a second. Hold on, I have to actually do this because otherwise you can't hear the sounds. There we go. I can say it still makes the noise, but I figure after 4 or 5, have to live with it. Hopefully won't hear it over games, maybe it'll go away. Yeah. I mean, it's probably just a noisy fan, right? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum. Oh, we also have a squeeze Sonic. Okay. There we go. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Here we go. Let's do a squeeze. Is there a command for the sticker club? I think it's ! sticker club. I think? I'm pretty sure. There we go. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, since that alert popped up, I'll mention it. I have a Ko-fi page. If you donate on the Ko-fi page, you get access to all like sorts of behind-the-scenes content and stuff. And then there's also a subscription if you want to get the monthly sticker. Which I still have to, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I need to figure out what October sticker is gonna be based on the very good suggestions I got from Indie Villain. And to figure out which ones make sense to draw. Yeah, Plum, my PlayStation is in a different room. So I don't hear it when I play on stream. And then if I play it in the living room, the sound is up too high anyway, so... okay. Okay, so hold on. What were we just, snoring like the old doggy was? There was something else here I was gonna say. Read. There's a modern-day word which people use derived from Cockney rhyming slang, but it's a rude word. Oh, okay, got it. Put the console upstairs. Yeah, the wireless works from pretty far away, Plum. Just saying. Are there any conclusions we can draw from that, I wonder? From the fact that she didn't hear anything? I still think that she, like... Like, she would have heard other people get on the bus, right? It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. Miss Lestrade, what you just told the court is clearly at odds with the facts. Huh. At odds? Are you sure, man? Absolutely. You can use the remote play. It doesn't work very well, though, Coconut. I have an HDMI, like, cable running, a really long HDMI cable, but it won't capture properly in OBS if you try to do it through remote play. It seems my learned Nipponese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared. So Van Zeeks realized it, too. Oh, shit, are we on the same page as the prosecution right now? Counsel! I must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least. Yes, my lord. I expect you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court. According to Miss Lestrade, while she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGilded snoring. But think Hamburger. Yeah, that's Hamburger. Think Hamburger. Think! Best animation. There's something else she should have heard. She should have heard the dude get into the fucking omnibus, right? The dude that got murdered? One that got murdered. I would think that she would have heard that. Because she said when she got on there was no one else on there, and then she realized that Mr. McGilded got on. I think I'm gonna hit show a person, yeah. Allow me to elaborate. On a particular sound that Miss Lestrade could not have failed to hear on that night in question. Like, I understand about not hearing the people get on outside, because maybe it's muffled because she's in a compartment, but she should have been able to hear the guy get into the cabin.
Take that!
Thrice-Fired Mason? Yes, my lord. The sound that Miss Lestrade cannot have failed to hear is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus. Like, unless she was knocked out. Unless she was sleeping. Order! Order! Explain your reasoning, counsel. Miss Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus, is that correct? Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I? And the next person to board the omnibus was Mr. McGilded? That it was. Not a soul in the cabin when I climbed aboard. At least, not in plain sight. So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at that time? Did I not just say as much? I wasn't traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Through the crack under the seat cushion. He was on his own for sure. And from what we've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its onward journey. During which time, did you not hear the door opening or closing at all? Nah, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, weren't it? Waiting for this swell to leave? In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage? Ah. We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Miss Lestrade's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts. Ah! Didn't she also say she couldn't hear anything from the compartment earlier? She's just explaining that she didn't actually hear anything, but there should have been sounds. She did hear the man fall after he got killed, or he fell off his seat, which woke up Mr. What's his face? Oh, she couldn't see anything. Yeah, no, she couldn't because because he was sitting on it. It's very dark in there. She couldn't see anything unless she lifted up the crack of the seat, which Mr. McGilded was sitting on. So she kept trying, but she couldn't, and he was sleeping. So it means that she didn't fucking murder the dude either, right? Because, and neither did he because he was sleeping and sitting on it. So I have no idea what's going on here. I guess we're gonna find out. I'm wondering if someone, like, dropped him in from up top. That's my guess. My guess is that the window opens up top and someone dropped him in. And then tried to blame Mr. McGilded. But, well, I'm gonna keep playing, not speculating here. Yes, this petty thief's statement was clearly flawed. Lord Van Zeeks. Yes, he knew. He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrade's statement. It would seem words of thanks are in order for my learned friend. What are you talking about? You have demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more. Oh, fuck off. Fuck you. That's not what's going on. Shut up. He's dead, right? How could the victim possibly not have boarded the omnibus? That makes no sense whatsoever! And this girl's a pickpocket. Let's not forget that. No! No! Not the old lady, too! Damn it! She didn't even say anything. I didn't want to judge the dear little mite just because she has some rather naughty ways. But I must say, I can't abide liars. And neither can I. Mr. Foreman. I didn't want to judge the girl just because she has some less than salubrious ways. But I must say, I cannot abide liars. No, I'm disappointed in you. Damn. Mr. Johnson, that's 5 jury members leaning towards guilty. Bitch, fucking, this guy and his wine? Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. How is this dude not drunk? He fucking drinks like... how many glasses of wine is this? Yes, very refreshing. What are ye playing at? Have ye forgotten who ye working for, ye useless Eastern Amadon? What is that? No! Oh my god. Why? Why? This is carnage. It's perfect. Juror number 2 is the only one left. Mr. Johnson, the way this is going? I know, if we can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. McGilda's innocence, the judge will rule and will have lost. Wasn't the prosecutor just complaining about cases being determined based on emotion, then pulls this? Yeah, what? it's only a problem when it's not to his advantage. He's using Godot power. We have wine instead of coffee. It's just a large trunk full of wine goblets. I mean, he keeps fucking smashing them, so... I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen. But those of us in service know we must accept hard truths.
Hold it!
Come on, Hamburger! Yes, the witness's last statement seems to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on this whole case. What are you saying? Counsel! I'm sorry, sir? Whatever do you mean? Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to brogue my adjudication.
Turnabout.
It's turnabout time. Explain yourself at once. When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand. And yet, the victim's body was found inside the carriage. If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? Through the rooftop! Through the rooftop! Come on! Come on, Hamburger! There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the carriage. I mean, it's both of these. I think it's both of these. I don't know which one is the better option here, but... I think it's both of these. But I'm gonna say there's another entrance. If the door wasn't opened even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way.
Objection!
I wondered what new fantasy you would come up with in your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door, the only other one has windows. Fixed windows which cannot possibly open, in short. There is no entrance to the cabin other than the door.
Objection!
Objection. But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. Oh, really? Yes, one other way inside that isn't the door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin. All right, counsel. The defense will identify the location for the court. It's the fucking ceiling. It's the rooftop! Here's the omnibus on which the incident occurred. Where on earth is this entrance by which you propose the victim entered the cabin? Right here, bitch. Literally right here.
Take that!
Take that. The answer's obvious. It can only have been the skylight. I say, the skylight.
Objection!
Your ludicrous proposal almost has me lost for words. However,
Objection!
the skylight may as well be large enough for someone to pass through.
Objection!
So you claim. But do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory? I mean, not really, but we have the testimony. Both Mr. McGilded and Miss Lestrade said the same in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise made by someone falling to the floor. Yes, which has already been explained, as the sound of the victim falling from his seat having been assaulted with a dagger. Yes, it has, but would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses describe? A noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact. Good gracious! Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it.
Objection!
You are now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin. That's simply impossible. How can you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen in through the skylight as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. And yet, not one person made mention of such events in their testimony. Well, yeah, that's true, but... Might a humble fella make a wee comment here? Mr. McGilded? To be sure now, the two fellows who were sat on the roof that testified afore said nothing of the victim fallen through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not so much a case of them not saying, but... Aye. 'Tis a case of them being unable to say. What? I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a compelling reason to not mention what happened. Would yous not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Oh my goodness, surely not. Those two chaps on the roof? You mean the ones who stuck that knife in the man were... Ah! Oh shit. Oh shit, the jury's putting it together! Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you blitherer? You rotter, he said. You rotter. What are you insinuating? This sure is an animation, huh? This is a flaming outrage. I have a good mind to give you a blinker in a minute. I'll give you a shiner in a minute, he said, and so will I. Mr. Fairplay. You're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and well-respected banker. And me, a very, very angry hatter. Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts? It's a disgrace. It's scandalous. It's, ah! I protest. I protest in the strongest possible terms. That's right. I protest too.
Say, Mad Hatter.
About you, you rotten scoundrel. Yes, a Mad Hatter. I don't think that guy's a hatter to begin with, also. There's that very ill-fitting hat. Order! 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 This is not the time, witnesses. I will not permit this wanton invasion of the stand. Return to the anteroom at once. But this is beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous. It's very hurtful, you know. My lord, if I may comment. Go ahead, Lord Van Zeeks. It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof. Accuse? I never intended to. It seems, young Nipponese, that your command of the English tongue is wanting. What a bitch. You proposed to this court that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus. That hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have intimidated their criminal... Yeah. It's intimated, sorry. You have intimated their criminal guilt. In our British courts of law, that is what's termed a baseless accusation. I know I was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but... you can't just dismiss it without a second thought. What are we wasting time for? Get them to, testify! I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on the fellow. We have to see this matter through now, one way or another. If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once. Testify! 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 What's happening, Mr. Johnson? The spectators in the public gallery they're in a complete frenzy. Testify! Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. My lord? You will take the stand again and make another formal testimony. In reference to the indictment brought by the defense. Yes, my lord. I didn't come here for this. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward. You got this, baby hamburger. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick break. Because it's been another hour. So please go grab some water, go grab a snack, go do a stretch. And I will see you all very soon. B-R-B. Hello. Refuting the accusation. Let's go. It's gotta be really annoying to have to fix your hat that many times. We were the only two people up on that roof deck, dead or alive, I can swear to that. If anything happened where we were sitting, don't you think one of us or the other of us would have noticed? In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. Isn't that untrue? Don't we have, like, proof of... Hold on. Open this up. Open this up. Open this up. I'm pretty sure this had, like, proof of one of them or two of them owing money to Mr. McGilded. Wait. Wait. Didn't we? Okay. I could have sworn there was... Did we not open up this before and it was like, this is Mr. McGilded's... Oh yeah, there it is. It's literally right there. Among the list of debtors is Bruce Fairplay. Okay. Okay. Neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it. If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? I must say that on listening to this testimony, it's somewhat hard to imagine how either witness could have performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck without the other noticing forthwith. Were they both involved with it? That's right, you see? We're innocent, I tell you! Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the two of you were in collusion with one another. What? Ah! According to the investigations by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common dealings. Ha! Well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich. There we go. Fuck the police. Something doesn't feel right here. The trial's going in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy? Counsel for the defense, over to you. Your cross-examination, please. Oh, yeah, my lord. Let's go. We were the only two people up on that roof deck, dead or alive, I can swear to that.
Hold it!
So at no time did the victim, Mr. Mason, climb up to join you on the roof deck? Absolutely not! Dickon! No question about it, he said. None at all. Oh, but yes, of course. I remember seeing them both. I saw the victim inside the enclosed cabin talking with this man here! Is this true, Mr. McGilded? Nope. Dear me, my lord, at the risk of repeating myself, I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately. That's an outright lie. Without doubt, you were engaged in... Let me stop you there, fella, and ask, do you have any evidence at all? Ah. 'Tis all about evidence in the courts these days, so it is. You do well to remember that. Get fucked. Ah! I saw you with my own eyes! This is going so well. If anything had happened where we were sitting, don't you think one or the other would have noticed?
Hold it!
Well, it was on the final run of the omnibus at past 10 o'clock in the evening. It would certainly have been quite dark. Perhaps too dark to see clearly? Is this some kind of a lark? Is this some kind of a joke, he said? Is that what this is? Or perhaps one or the other of you fell asleep briefly? Are you fair dinkum, sir? Are you serious, sir? That's what he said. It's impossible, I tell you. I'd give you the keys to the vault if you could fall asleep in that bitter cold. And if you did manage it, your eyelids would freeze shut and you'd never open them again. That's extreme. It was extreme, I tell you, and we had to put up with it because this man had locked the door. Any true gent would have unlocked it and let me in when I knocked. I'm dreadfully sorry about that, young fella. But ye see, I was away with the fairies and I didn't hear ye at all. That's a lie! I saw you through the glass. You were talking to someone. Now, 'twas a cold night, so it was. People do be seeing things that aren't real in the cold. 'Tis hardly surprising. Seeing things! Seeing things! Ring Pop's hands were sticky as all. He didn't want to touch the door handle, right? What's with first going second and repeating what the guy said, what the first guy said? Yeah, I mean, that definitely doesn't prove that they're in collusion with each other. Definitely not. I believe we have reached an impasse here on this particular point. Ah, you! Don't take it personally now, lad. If I'm a suspect in this case, then 'tis only fair that you and the other fiend are too. Open and free competition is what capitalist society is all about. This isn't a competition I should like to be involved in, really. In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill this man.
Hold it!
I think that's a suspicious line, and I'm probably gonna be the one I'm gonna present evidence to. So you had never met Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason before? Oh, Lumi, no! Not once, never! He'd never met the man before, he said. Never! And you, Mr. First, had no prior dealings with the victim either? That's right, sir. Hatters don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir. No, I imagine not. You see, how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us had the remotest connection to the gentlemen who were inside the cabin. Oh, shit. I feel like I should probably, press this.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Mr. McGilded? Yes, counsel? What can I be doing you for? The witness's last statement...
Well, if the brickmaker needed a hat.
Yeah, I mean, right? He was wearing a hat, too, you know? Although I still have my doubts as to that person being an actual hat maker. Did the witness's last statement give you pause for thought somehow? Not the remotest connection? Is that right now? I wonder. What are you insinuating now? Ah, Mr. Fairplay. 'Tis be too long, so it has. Huh? If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis fast approaching, 'tis not? Your repayment date. I beg your pardon? You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir. At an unconscionable rate of interest. You tricked me. It's extortion. Well now, is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? That sort of begrudgery that might motivate a fella to pass off his crimes on another? Ah! Gotcha, bitch. And, young Mr. First. Me, sir? What do you want with me, sir? You do be making hats for a living, do you not? That there top hat sliding about on your head? Is that one of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, I'm just still an apprentice, you understand. Yeah, there we go. I'm learning to find the perfect fit for whatever fine gent walks through the door. The perfect fit, is it? Well, it is a very, distinctive design, so it is. Many customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive touch. Customers. Such as Thrice-Fired Mason? Ah. There was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence before, my lord. Oh, this you mean? I can't help thinking that poor fella's hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say? Oh! That's one of my hats! Aye, that it is. So it would seem the brickmaker was a customer of yours. Mr. McGilded doing all the work for us here. The sort of customer I'd wager you could have had a wee quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goods. Oh, no, sir. Absolutely not, sir. Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that the two fellas here haven't the remotest connection to the victim, you see. I rest my case. You little weasel! Ah! He's better at this than I am. Yeah, he should have just fucking defended himself in court and saved Hamburger Johnson all the stress of this fucking case. Gosh, Mr. McGildis has certainly been thorough in his research, hasn't he? Please, don't let me little interruption hold up the proceedings. Okay, that was great. Really pulled a Willy Wonka. Yeah. Okay, I feel like this is also a statement I should press on. Are you quite certain about that? That the skylight was shut the entire time? I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute. He's gonna lose his rag with you in a minute. That's what he said. Take a look for yourself. Go on. You see, it's shut fast now, just like it was on the night. So it is, of course. A fella the size of Mr. Mason could likely break through it, still and all. What? Just looking at the size of that thing, you understand. Ugh, now you hold on there a minute, sir. The size of the thing means nothing. Not on its own. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we? Let's stop biting arcane, shall we? I was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, well, I broke wind, loudly. I shocked myself with it, as it happens. This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First. Oh, I just mean to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see? But, just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. I went as red as a rogue, I did. Rouge? I don't... Is Fairplay trying to do karaoke with a sticker, or is he chewing on it? I think he's chewing on it. Mr. Fart. Are you expecting me to sentence you? Oh, no, sir. Wait, what bat? No, sir. The point is, the skylight can't be opened. I tried and tried when I was inside the cabin of shame. What do you have to say?
Excuse me.
Oh, Rouge the Bat. Yeah, Rouge the Bat. Yep. Do you have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade. It opens. Huh? The skylight. That is what we're talking about, right? Oh, here we go. All them skylights open, dead easy. More easily than you can load that weapon? That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke wind, You can't do it from inside, you mug. Oh. Look, a few weeks ago I was up on the roof deck of one of them drags, and I had a great haul. I mean, I had bursts coming out of me ears. Miss Lestrade, this is not the form to be eulogizing on the subject of your criminal activities. Well, anyway, I had a bit of a... All 4 of them surrounded me, so I couldn't opt up the bus and leg it. So what I did was I used the skylight, opened the catch, and jumped right through. What? Yeah, the catch for them skylights on the top side. That's why you can't open them from the inside. The skylight opens from the roof deck? Bailiff! Climb up onto the roof of the omnibus at once and verify this witness's claims! Is this another thing we failed to see when we were investigating this? Ah! Oh, my hat! See? I like how opening a window is such a great mystery and revelation. Yeah, right? Well, they're also... The 2 of them are playing it up, because clearly they're involved in the murder, right? Order! 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 So, it appears this street girl's statement is quite true. I don't believe it. The skylight opens? And from the roof deck. Mr. Johnson! This could be the clue we've been looking for. Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. So the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself. Okay, hold on. Hold on. So the skylight was fastened shut before. But now the catch has been undone, we should be able to open it. I want to investigate again. You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yeah, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. So I'm sure the witnesses would have been able to see quite clearly. That's not good for us. Wait, is that... No, I want to investigate the thing we just opened. Where do I investigate? Can I get a better angle here? Oh. Oh shit, hold on. Hold on, hold on. That looks like blood. Okay, it won't let me investigate. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is what we have to present. But I don't see a way to get them to dialogue about it. Can you see it from inside? Let's see. Blood! Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Stop blood, it's Dracula sauce. Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it? Wide enough to kick someone like you through, certainly, Mr. Hamburger Johnson. Why someone like me? Ah! What is it? Look, just here! Look at this! That's without question. It's blood! Why would there be a blood stain there? Surely. It can't be unrelated to the case, can it? There we go. Did you see the clear plastic Switch controller that Nintendo has licensed? No? Can you link me to that, Indy? Because I am in the market for one of those. Yeah, put it in the Discord. Stick it in after stream. I will have to check that out. Okay, if you're sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? So, I mean, we literally, I think, just have that proof. I think we literally just got that proof, right? wait, hold on. Present.
Objection!
Objection. On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach. And immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts. And the irrefutable proof remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today, in this very courtroom. What? Sorry, what? That's utter humbug! Ugh, you can't possibly have any evidence. No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you, it's impossible! Irrefutable proof here in this courtroom? Counsel! My lord! I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here, Where exactly within the omnibus is this evidence to which you allude? You will point out what it is that proves the victim fell from the roof deck through the skylight. Bum, bum, ba-dum. Wait, wasn't this on the opposite side? Like 2 seconds ago? I thought it was on the latch side. Okay, whatever, here.
Got it!
I like First's angry animation. Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. By Jupiter, is that blood? Ah! This bloodstain proves 2 things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my! And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime! No! Get fucked. Order, order, order!
Hold it!
But the blood could have sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin. And only found its way to that one particular spot on the skylight? Sure, and that would be very convenient. And let's keep in mind that the skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? But, there's no way to know for certain, is there? If the gent really fell through the skylight, I mean. Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the 2 seats, Mr. First? 'Tis all too plain, if ye see. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fella dropped from a fair height, right there, so it is. What? No. But it can't be. It's all, lies! My fellow jury members, I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we? I believe we can. Yes, sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom. So, they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they? I won't tolerate any of the guild's carriages being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it. Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful park couldn't have done such a thing. On 3 then, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Objection!
Oh, come on! What? What? What the fuck is this Dracula doing? A chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh, and what would ye be referring to now there, Lord Van Zeeks? A bloodstain on the frame of the skylight? Such evidence is null and void. What? Why? That was my reaction, the what, why, but he also said it at the same time, so I just went with it. For one... for one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed. Oh, come on! What are you talking about? It's there for all to see, and it's clearly blood.
Objection!
I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. So I can state with absolute surety, no such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least not until this trial began. But... are you suggesting, Lord Van Zeeks, that the stain of blood was... fabricated, my lord? Yes. And while this court has been in session. What? I licked all the real Dracula sauce off the carriage myself. Crime has become hamburger? Yeah. Haha, what a palaver. I must say I didn't expect such crude reasoning from a prosecutor of your standing, Lord Van Zeeks. But I'm Magnus McGilded, a fella known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. McGilded, I realize that this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. Adapt the facts? What does that even mean? There's another bottle of wine. I'm rooting for Hamburger to win this first case and all, but I don't like Ring Pop at all. He would be nothing without that hat. Yeah, he's definitely, we're not defending the most wholesome person here. He's basically running a lot of criminal activities in plain sight. When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilded's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses... I toast your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir. Tut-tut, Lord Van Zeeks. This will not do, to be sure. Will it now, counsel? Oh, no. I think it's fair to say this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood on the skylight didn't exist, you say? But if yous all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus there has been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone possibly have put a smear of blood in it without the world and his wife seeing? Isn't that right now, counsel? I mean, there was that smoke bomb. It's true. The omnibus has been in full view the entire time the court's been in session. My learned friend. Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter, in your own words. As you wish. Could someone have tampered with the omnibus during this trial? If you're asking me, I think... it could have totally been possible, but I also don't want to lose this case. Not my first case. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best as I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. There's no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Oh? Good gracious. Explain yourself, counsel. Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit. Deceit? I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly. The recess that we were forced to take. As a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. What is going on? Be careful, Mr. Hamburger Johnson! Cover your face! Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. I hereby call an emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant's in custody and clear the courtroom. The courtroom was filled with smoke, and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave the chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all the chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. Oh boy. Oh, he's gonna be pissed at us now. Are you wise? What are ye trying to pull, ye rotten feckless gouger? Feckless gouger? You're supposed to be defending me. 'Tis a wicked plot! 'Tis a plot to undermine me, so it is!
Objection!
Whatever you think it is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. Yeah, lost his nice guy persona real fast. Yep, I can kind of see why no one wanted to defend him in the first place. Inconsistencies such as... To start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning. Unfortunately, Lord Van Zeeks, no one is able to corroborate your claims. That's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut. Accordingly, I'm afraid to say we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not.
Wintermute. Yeah, prove it, Dracula. Where's your evidence?
Did Ring Pop and Titan Pilot orchestrate this? It seems like, yes, it seems like we have been had here. Titan Pilot. Very fucking good. Very good. Indeed, my lord. No doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things. What do you think? Sorry? About the omnibus. Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus? I mean, there's the fact that it's called the Phoenix Wright Omnibus, which is really weird.
Wintermute. Crime needs to cosplay as Lestrade now.
Yeah, right? Yes, there is something unusual. The blood in the center, right? Like, there's still... I mean, I guess that could have been from someone falling down, but, like... Okay. My lord. Yes, counsel? There is one further inconsistency. Yeah. I was going to say, I did not see that blood. The only blood I saw when we first investigated was the one that was on the seat. I don't remember there being blood in the center when we showed it last. A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial. What? What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare betray me, ye little maggot, you'd better start watching your back.
Objection.
Silence, McGilded. The court awaits the defense's clarification. This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here? Hold on, do we have evidence of this? We don't have a picture of what it looked like before, right? I shall have to ask you to elaborate, counsel. Where exactly is this alleged mark that you claim appeared at some point during the trial? No, I can't check the ledger. Like, the ledger just had the information that, Mr. Fairplay owed Mr. McGilded, like, a bunch of money.
Got it!
This blood wasn't here when we started. If we consider that the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin, you would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I recall, this blood stain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom. Good lord. Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel. Well said. We're gonna lose this case then, right? Although, as an advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue. I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that evidence is genuine, or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. Ah! This trial is over. Mr. McGilded? I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but 'tis all over now. But you're the defendant. 'Tis over, I tell ye! Memory, recollection, what people think they saw, 'tis all a nonsense. Facts are what counts, and that fact is, that bloodstain is there, now. Well. And over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been, that good-for-nothing Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Zeeks. Well, my lord? I must concur with the defendant. The unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence. And in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, I regret to say it would be improper for this trial to continue. Ah, shit. Your lordship can't be serious. Lord Van Zeeks, what is your position? The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first. What formality?
As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilded will be found not guilty.
Yes.
Which would mean we've won.
Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really all right for the trial to come to an end now, with all these unexplained inconsistencies? Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please. Well, shit. Yes, my lord. The defense believes... I don't think he's innocent. The defendant could be guilty. Listen, I don't think Hamburger Johnson would lie and say he's innocent when he clearly isn't. I'm gonna say he could be guilty. I don't think it'll matter, though. I am here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGilded. However, at this moment in time, I cannot, in all good conscience, attest fully to the defendant's innocence. What are you saying, man? Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the defendant is guilty. However, there is also no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent. Good. Good gracious me. Order! Order! This is unprecedented behavior, counsel. A defense lawyer calling the accused's innocent into question? Are you of sound mind? 'Twas a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was a grand decision. What? I must say, I didn't expect quite an exciting spectacle at the end there, but still. Here, have this for your troubles. Ah. Your job here is done, fella. And some fine work you've done, so ye have. What do you mean? 'Tis just the right honorable gentleman so succinctly put afore. The trial can't go on anymore. And your closing statement there was, how did he put it now? Nothing more than a formality. Ah, shit. Ah, fuck. Only Al Pacino has ever done something like this. How could it possibly have been called for the defense at the moment? Well, I don't know. I guess it's kind of a mistrial, right? Half expecting this guy to transform into Wario. I was kind of thinking the same thing. I really don't know what to make of all this. Was the evidence we've seen genuine, or was it fake?
His lordship would be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as I say.
The stinking rich are always guilty of something. Mark my words! I feel terribly ashamed that I ever doubted that lovely man who gave us the lovely park. Now that proceedings have unfolded in this way, I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea. I thank you kindly, my lord. I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court.
Objection!
But we still haven't determined if the bloodstain in the omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth. Lord Van Zeeks. My lord. The case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place. Yeah, I mean, apparently Van Zeeks was there with Scotland Yard doing the documentation, but apparently they didn't mark anything about the floor. They didn't write it down, so yeah, Van Zeeks is kind of at a problem, at fault here as well. Prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place. It's that they didn't not write it down. That's the problem. There's no markings, or they didn't write anything about whether the blood was or wasn't there. So he's getting off on like a technicality here. My sincerest apologies, my lord.
Objection!
But wait. When we were evacuated from the courtroom, Lord Van Zeeks ordered the evidence to be secured. I am afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this matter. That's so unfair. The culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment. What? Well, Lord Van Zeeks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. Fuck, what a fucking bitch. You mean to tell me this has all been a grand waste of time? 'Tis the law of the land, my good man. If ye'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law. Magnus McGilded. Good grief, ye've more to say to me, have ye? Just one thing, a warning. This is far from over. Well, something to be looking forward to then. I hereby pronounce the defendant, Mr. Magnus McGilded. Fuck. I can't believe it! This is an outrage. They should have examined the evidence more. What are you talking about? The man's been cleared. He's innocent. With the courtroom in pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict. And my first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end, with the defendant being found not guilty, ostensibly a victory for us. Damn. Do I feel victorious? No! I hate this outcome. I hate this outcome. I feel like we've been played. I'm surprised Van Zeeks didn't do his... Like, I feel like this is... I don't know. If Van Zeeks is such a good prosecutor, how did he fuck this up so bad? You know? Also, we have a squeezed Sonic. Thank you, Plum. That certainly was a long trial. Yeah, it was. He was drinking, that is true. He was basically drunk the entire trial. Your first ever trial on foreign soil and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations. And to you, Miss Susato. Thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy? The trouble is we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that. The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection. Aye, that you did. Fuck you. Fuck you, Mr. McGilded. You bitch. Mr. McGilded. And that girl's with him, too. Well, it seems the stories are true. Oh? What stories? About the 6 enormous fireworks they do be letting off when there's a verdict of not guilty. I'm sure yous must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Yes, definitely. I'd heard it was a sight to behold, and be sure it was. And I've you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. What on earth are you saying, fella? How did I walk out of there a free man, then? I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a straight-talking fella, aren't ye? I must say, ye had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. 'Tis water under the bridge. Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared. But nothing's resolved. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh? Aye. They've all seen that I didn't do that odious and abstinent deed. Absonant? 'Tis grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out any wee details. They'll see it for what it was. They'll get to the truth. I have absolute faith in them, so I have, after all. I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay. It's not that funny. So then, as we agreed beforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Oh, no, I couldn't possibly accept that much. Ara, be welst. You're a humble people, aren't you, from the east? You're not worthy of a JoJo pose. Yeah, exactly. Fuck this guy. Well, if you insist. But have this, still in all. Ye deserve a reward. Mr. Magnus McGilded. Everything's ready, sir, if you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe. I hope it's not too inconvenient, sir. There were some charges to the schedule. Or, sir, some changes to the schedule. Well, I must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection. Sorry? What inspection? They're gonna examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. What? They're gonna examine it again? Now? Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing me best to help whenever I can. 'Tis a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. 'Twas an absolute pleasure meeting yous. I hope ye have a whale of a time while you're studying here in Great Britain. Okay, what a bitch. I assume this is not the last we're gonna see of him. Magnus McGilded stand name Spare Change. That's very good. That's very good. And there he goes, a free man. Oh, I forgot she was here too. Uh-oh. Don't move! Whereas I want to say, get a move on, she really does take forever to load that thing. Miss Lestrade, would you mind putting that thing down? You're a grown-up? Sorry. And I ate all grown-ups. Ah, there you are. Who's this? Oh. Who are you? What? Who are you, child? What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Naughty running off like that. Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now? And taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Huh. Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me. Excuse me, but who are you? Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. The inventor? Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, and more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, you could at least be a pretty color, I thought to myself. Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though? At all? I just took my eyes off of it for a moment whilst I was changing onto a different omnibus, and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted with the telegraphic beacon. What's it what? I have no idea what this girl's talking about. Anyway, you're coming with me now. Back to my laboratory. What? What for? To apologize, of course, silly, to my technician. What? You mean, say sorry? You must say sorry when you're done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before? An adult? Huh, I don't listen to no adults. Come along then, follow me. Fine, have it your way. Oh good, you see, I knew you'd want to do the right thing in the end. I'm fairly sure that what she wants is not to get shot by that massive gun of yours. Who the fuck is this child? You're not gonna introduce, okay. We'll be leaving now then, bye-bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss. She was a lively one. She's not on my court record, right? Hold on. No. Okay. Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way too now? Yes, you're right. But where to? Oh. We haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner... Oh, sorry. Wrong person. Wrong voice. We haven't had a place to... time to find a place to stay. No sooner had we arrived in London than we had to rush here. All of our traveling cases are still with the bailiff. I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings. But at this late hour in the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck. Don't worry, though. I have a plan. If the worst comes to worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night. Please tell me you're not thinking of McGilded Park. I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through. I'm not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one. Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable. Oh! Now I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGilded down. That 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room, or mansion. And so, the trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead. Just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned, the case was far from over. Oh shit. Hey there, Red! Welcome in! Hope you're doing well today.
What's going on?
Get the fire brigade!
Water! Bring water, quick! What the... How did this happen?
McGilded did it.
By the time I got here, it was already engulfed. No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating. No.
Uh-oh.
Good God. This There's someone in there!
Oh, this can't be.
Oh shit. Do you think this is our next case? End. Wow. Fuck, do you think it was McGilded in there? I guess we won't know. I guess we don't know. Hot fire! He got caught up in the hot fire! Save current progress. Okay. Holy fucking shit. Wow, okay. That was an ending to a fucking case. Holy crap. Wow. So there will be more of that. I don't know when we're playing this next, but it'll be on a Tuesday at some point. The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. Kokoro. What's a Kokoro? Kokoro. A broth? A pork broth? What? Okay. Sounds like it's a ramen soup broth thing. Interesting. Okay. Huh.